3 weeks in, 13 pounds down, and I should be feeling pretty pleased with myself, but I'm not. The initial joy of losing weight and getting my life back on track has all but disappeared because of my extreme dieting. Everything has gone a bit dark. My name is David Thomas, and this is Transformation Thomas. I'm going to share with you the 12 brutal, honest, and sometimes humorous lessons I've learned in the first 3 weeks of losing 13 pounds on the way to my goal of losing 70 pounds over a 5-month period. But first, my weekly catch-up. Here is my weight this morning, 257.4 pounds, 4 pounds down. Hooray! Problem is, that's not the true weight. It's actually 257.8 pounds. I'll explain why later in the video. Here are some photo updates because I know you love to see me in my undercrackers. That's a whole load of prime Yorkshire beef right there. Whiter than Casper the Friendly Ghost. On to the 12 lessons I've learned this time round losing weight. Quick fire headlines first, then we'll dive in deeper. Lesson number 1, the only thing that matters. 2, most important tool. 3, the delightful deficit. 4, fixed versus flexible. 5, calories are too low. 6, training till I pop. 7, 40% CV. 8, the brutality of dieting. 9, the lying bastards. 10, no one notices. 11, just for me. And 12 is you. Lesson 1, the only thing that matters. This channel is called Transformation Thomas, but let's be honest. What that really means is I'm fat and I need to lose some weight. And what has become very obvious this last 3 weeks is that when it comes to weight loss, controlling what I eat isn't everything. It is the only thing. Lesson 2. My most important tool, the beautiful spreadsheet. Most people look at me like I've just drop-kicked a 90-year-old in the face when I say they should track their food. But if I don't write it down, I overeat. My spreadsheet is a bit like a digital conscience, and it doesn't lie. And the biggest benefit? 2 words, protein. If I don't track my protein, it nosedives like my willpower in a free bakery. Transformation Thomas top tip. If you don't like spreadsheets, use an app like MyFitnessPal. Punch in the food and it will work out the rest. But whether it's an app or a spreadsheet, the numbers let me get to work on lesson number 3, the delightful deficit. I've tried every which way over the years to find a way to eat more food. Holy shit, have I. Eat more fat, eat less carbs, eat more veg, eat fewer meals. But at the end of the day, it has always come down to one thing. However I bake the calorie pie, the amount of weight I lose is directly linked to the size of the calorie deficit in my diet. Lesson number 4, fixed versus flexible. Fixed dieting is eating the same thing every day. Flexible dieting is eating as you go. Basically, you eat what you want as long as the numbers hit the right totals at the end of the day or week. Now that sounds amazing, right? But one major problem with it, I can't be asked to work out the numbers. There are apps like I mentioned, like MyFitnessPal, which will do it for you, but I still need to input the food all day, every day, and figure out what the maths are for my next meal, which really doesn't sound that hard. But once the dieting starts to bite, and believe me, it really has already, my brain feels like it is getting taken apart with an ice cream scoop. Now at this point, you're probably screaming at me saying you don't want to eat the same foods every day. You don't have to. Have 3 or 4 options for each meal that have the same number of calories and macros and rotate them. I eat the same meals during the day and rotate my evening meal because that's when I sit down with my beloved or Karen. But the downside of seeing exactly what I'm eating is that I know one thing. Lesson number 5, my calories are too low. My calorie deficit is huge, stupidly huge. Losing 70 pounds in 5 months means you're losing half a pound a day. Is it sensible? Not even close. As some people have pointed out on here already, it's too aggressive. you will most likely put it all back on as you did before. And actually, I agree. Taking twice as long to lose the weight is a far better idea, but I just can't do that. I would lose the momentum. As for putting it all back on, I will just cross that bridge later. But the low calories are making two things very difficult. Lesson number 6, training till I pop. I'm currently covered in 90 pounds of blubber that I didn't have just 6 years ago. And one of the many downsides is that now for a very long time, I haven't seen the muscle that I know I have, but it's underneath. Now, it hasn't stopped me training, but it is quite a while since I trained at my very hardest over an extended period. But even though I'm only 3 weeks in, I know I'm going to see that gorgeous physique again. And already that makes my balls tingle, and it's making me train a lot harder. But training hard while on low calories is really, really tough. But not as tough as lesson number 7, 40% CV. I hate CV, like really completely despise it. And now I am doing it on lower calories even more so, but it is just too bloody good to ignore. CV is responsible for 40% of my weight loss. My calorie deficit is an average of 1400 calories. This is the deficit that is reducing my weight. And if I didn't do the CV and took out the 600 calories, my calorie deficit would be just 800 calories. That's why the calories I burn doing CV are just 20% of what I burn each day, but are responsible for 40% of my weight loss and why I hardly ever miss doing it. But low calories coupled with hard weight training and CV leads me to lesson number 8, the brutality of dieting. The absolute bottom line is that I have got 2 choices. Hard diet, quick transformation. Easy diet, slow transformation. And for me, going through a transformation is a bit like getting a plane off the ground. Full thrust to get it in the air, then pull back and coast a little. I am going full scorched earth on this program for now. It may well be that at some point I pull back and coast, but for now it is head down, arse up and pedal like crazy until the wheels fall off. But very quickly my life has changed, and for the worst. The days are long. My energy is hit and miss. I'm feeling slightly hungry most of the time, and I am a slightly grumpy twat all of the time. It's also affected my dick. By that I mean my libido. It hasn't completely dropped off a cliff, but it has changed enough for me to notice. I know that's rather personal, but I did say I would be brutal and honest in these videos. I know the end result of losing all this weight will be amazing, but there are going to be some painful and downright miserable weeks as I go along. This has definitely been one of them. But this comes with wanting to see results as quickly as possible, which is difficult when I'm dealing with lesson number 9. The lying bastards that are my scales. This week, my scale showed 2 weights, a pound different, only 3 minutes apart. Problem? I had them on a sprung floor, so I moved them onto a solid floor and that sorted it. Of course, the issue was not the scales at all. It was me being a dumb fuck. Second issue with the scales is timing. I said at the top of this video that this morning's photo is not my true weight. I try to weigh myself at the same time every day. It's important. This morning I got up and I was 257.8 pounds. That was fine, but I forgot to take the photo. After half an hour of wandering around downstairs, I went back up and was 257.4 pounds. Now, does 0.4 pounds really matter? Actually, yes, it does to me. How much I weigh is absolutely essential to my success. So I have to factor in that my weight will be different depending on when I weigh myself. But the good news is that it only matters to me, which is just as well, because here comes lesson number 10. So far, no one has noticed. The rules are: lose 15 pounds, you notice the difference. Lose 30 pounds, your partner or spouse notices the difference. Lose 45 pounds, everybody else notices. I've lost 13 pounds and I feel like I have the body of a Greek god. Karen, nothing. Kids, not a job. I just need to get to 30 pounds, then her hands will be all over me like a second coat of paint, if I let her. But for now, lesson 11. I will keep my transformation just for me. Telling other people I'm losing weight always brings out the dieting advice bullshit brigade. I have a tolerance level of about 2 minutes before I want to taser them in the bollocks. So is men. So only 2 people know about me going through this. Karen and my best mate, and that's how it will stay. Even when I hit the magic 45 pounds and other people start noticing, I'll just say it's healthy eating. But even though I say I haven't told anybody else, that is a lie, because that brings me on to lesson number 12. You weren't supposed to be here yet. I started this channel as a personal diary, a series of in-the-moment videos watching over my shoulder. Honestly, I assumed no one would watch this until I'd lost the full 70 pounds. 1,300 subscribers and 30,000 views in 5 videos wasn't the plan, but they are just the numbers. What aren't are the heartfelt comments of support from complete strangers that have absolutely stunned me. Like, genuinely taken my breath away. It's been an amazing feeling knowing that I have people willing me on to succeed and sharing the ups and downs of my journey while having some very significant weight and health issues of their own. If you're going through your own transformation journey, consider documenting it, possibly even here on YouTube. I mean, even if no one watches, and like me, you might be surprised how many do, you will watch them again. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.